Hello, this is Victor Santana, and welcome to Stock Hunter midweek video for June 24th. Well, let's take a quick look and see what's been going on in the markets. Alright, let's get right away. As you can see, this is the Wilshire Total U.S. market, and it is now trading way below our exit point here. So things are starting to look to be on the downtrend here. And this is a weekly chart with the weekly candles here. So this is how things are looking this week. Now drilling down to the daily, just to get an idea of what's going on, you could see that we are getting lower lows now the last 1-2 weeks here. Each segment represents a 1 week period, and each candle is 1 day. And as you can see, we are trying to go up. There's going to be resistance trying to break above this last high. Plus, we got the 18-day also starting to curve down here. So short term, things are looking downward. We might hit some more. Once we hit up here, we might bounce around to this area or down this area. Worst case scenario down here to the 61. Stochastics are pointing downward and heading down, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Now looking at the individual indices, as you could see, what the Dow has broken way down below our exit point here, as suggested. So it's generated a sell signal, and it also broke below the trend indicator that I use, and it's now turned red, meaning that it's now on a downtrend. So something to keep an eye on. And looking at it in a daily basis here, as you can see, it is getting lower lows on a daily basis, and for the trend to reverse, we would have to break above this 88,619 area. We may get a bounce up in here. We got the resistance of the 200-day line, so near term it doesn't look too good. Looking at the NASDAQ now, it too has broken down our exit point here, as you could see. So things to be concerned of. Still having some strength above the trend indicator line here, the green one, and we have a lot of support down here. So just keep an eye on that. Looking at the daily basis here, for this week here, we did get the bounce today, and so we are looking for it to break this high before considering the next uptrend. However, we got the 18-day here, so we might bounce up to in this area here, and any further downside would have to break down in this area, the 1747. Stochastics are slowly heading downward, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Now looking at the S&P, we have also broken down below the exit point down in this area, and we are look like resting on the 200-day line in this area for the week. So keep an eye on that. Looking at it on a daily basis, you could see we are creating a lower low again, and to reverse the trend we would have to break above 927. So we may get up to this area, trap some people in, get the amateurs in before heading lower, and we could see the lower end of this area or down in this area. Stochastics are also trending downward too, going into the getting ready to be oversold. But looking at the small caps, the Russell 2000, we have broken below the exit point here, and is touching the 200-day line here. So for the week, going by the day here, it has touched the lower end of the Bollinger plus the 200-day line in this area, and we did get that bounce today. However, we need to break above the $51 area to consider the next trend up, but we will have some resistance here. And stochastics on this is also heading downward as well. Now, globally, as you can see here, globally it also has broken down our exit point here, and is now hitting some support down in this area. So we'll have to watch and see what happens here. Going to the daily here, we are getting a lower low, and to reverse the trend we would have to go above the $58 mark here. So we may bounce up here before heading lower, hitting either the Bollinger Band here for support all the way down here to the 100-day. Stochastics are heading southward. Now let's look at some of what I have in play right now. Just started last week in here. Got in first day trading on 618 down in this area. It has kind of bounced flat here, got a nice high, pulled back, and now it's going up. Now, one thing that kind of concerns me a little bit, it did make a little lower low from here to here. Hopefully this could be a little fake out and go up higher to break this here, but stochastics are trading sideways, so it's neutral, so it's going to be hard to say if this is just a little fake out or it's actually the beginning of a downtrend down to this Bollinger line here. Exit point for me is 2368, so I do have some wiggle room. So if I see it hit this point, I'm out. Otherwise it'll continue to go up, and maybe I could lock in get out with half of my shares here and lock in some profits, and then move my stop to this area up here to break even, possibly to break even here. Okay, so at least that's my strategy. And then the other play I have going on is the inverse of gold, DZZ. Entered in here down in this area at the beginning of the day, and the low is down in here, gone as high as up to here, and now it bounced down here, hopefully making a higher high for the next here. I do expect to hit some resistance down in this area here. Stochastics are on the overbought area, but as long as they stay over 80, things should look okay. But once they start heading down, then consider getting out or selling half of the shares that I have here. And that's pretty much it for now, and we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, we'll keep an eye on the markets. May the trend be our friend.